Hello guys, welcome to Alvin 211 Media. Of course, I'm your host Ian. Thank you very much for your support. We really appreciate what you are doing. It's very awesome, very wonderful. Let's continue supporting this. Today we have brought to you one of our brothers. Hi.
Hi, I'm good.
Okay. What's your name?
I'm Teng Gadwin Deng Teng.
Okay. This is Teng Gadwin Deng Teng. He's briefly a writer and a poet. So we would love to hear more from him. I know he will share many things with you. I want you to watch this video up to the end and learn. And actually, if you wish to be a writer or maybe a poet, please follow up slowly till the end. Teng, thank you very much. We are very delighted to host you today, and welcome. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Tell us more about what you have been doing. And when did you start these things, and who was buying all these things? Whom did you do it with? Yeah. So we want to know all these things.
First, thank you. I would like to appreciate you and for the work you have done. Since 2010, when I was 9, I fell in love with books, and anything that's written I would like to see, to read, and it also have been changing to me. First, I will comment about writing and also reading and the books, how they change my life and the impact that they give me. One of the people whom I've been inspired a lot and that who inspired me is one of the Kenyan writer, late Professor Ken Wainaina Walibora. This guy is a writer, a poem. He's also doing poet, and one of his book is called Siku Njema, which now it got a lot of translation from Swahili to the national language, which is English, and also to the other languages. In his book Siku Njema, it inspired me a lot. Especially that's where I get to the idea where I can be a good poem, where I can be a good writer, because of the journey of the main character, who is called Mswahili in that book. It inspired me. And since 2017, when I finished my class 8, I stay at home for more than 5 months without attending school. And in the school which I was supposed to join, there was a strike, which caused a lot of many young people
To stay out
of the school.
Yeah.
In that period, I went to supermarket. After I went to supermarket, I got this notification on the TV about the book. Later on, the idea of me going to the bookshop, it came in. And from that moment, I go and bought Siku Njema, and I started reading it. After reading it, I also see how good it is to me, because it is written in Kiswahili. Most of the people, especially my friend, they'll say, how come you read Kiswahili while many people
dislike Kiswahili?
Yeah, they dislike it.
Yeah, sure.
So if you could see the one who backed me, the one who gave me the power to be a writer, the one who inspired me a lot, is that late guy called Ken
Walibora.
Ken Walibora.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Then when did you start this thing? Being a writer and a poet at the same time?
Yeah, I started writing in the year 2017, especially in the month of April. Yeah, in that period, it was extended up to month of May, where the student was supposed to be in. And then I write a lot. I write, and I keep it as a note. At that time, I didn't have any smartphone in which I should use PDF to type in.
Okay.
Yeah. From that moment, there's one thing inspired me to write a lot about the way I see Kakuma and how refugees are being treated and their life. Life in Kakuma especially is a good life for those people who are educated, those people who want to have impact on the society, those people who want to tell the story of Kakuma, of South Sudan, of suffering, the story of poverty, lack of education. It's coming to me that I have to write about the life of the people, whereby many people take Kakuma refugee camp as a disadvantaged place where people will not learn.
Suffering place.
Yeah, suffering place.
A bondage for most of the guys.
Yeah, especially. So it come to me that I have to tell the story whereby Kakuma is a good place for anyone to learn, for anyone to take opportunities, because the opportunities which are being offered in Kakuma refugee camp, they are not in any camp at all.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So, and if you see the free movement of people in Kakuma refugee camp, it is also a channel of attraction. You learn different cultures from different people, in which it will be very easy for you to put your own line of written a good story. So the life and the setup of Kakuma inspired me a lot, and it also gave me power to be a good writer. I think I can tell the story.
Okay, for how long have you been in the camp, or maybe in Kenya? That the moment that you stayed in the camp, yes. How long have you took in the camp?
In the camp, I stay for 10 years.
For 10 years.
Yeah.
Within the 10 years, you grabbed this idea of being a writer and a poet. Yes.
Yeah.
Then what have you done so far about being a poet or maybe a writer? Have you written any book? Have you created any poem?
Thank you. I've written one book, which is novel, and the book is called Dream and Laugh in Hardship. And if you see the title, it really gives a lot of message. If you could see in Kakuma refugee camp, there are thousands of dreams.
Yeah, sure.
There are thousands of many things going on in which could change the young people and the generation at all.
Yeah.
It is a novel of 200 pages, and it is unpublished because I'm still continue writing it.
Yeah, sure.
And then I have also written one album, which is called I'm Still Crazy, which got a lot of poem. It has 12 poems. And another album is called The Lost Identities. If you see in refugee camp, a lot of people have abandoned their cultural practices,
Yeah, sure.
which has a value. Because in cultural practices of our people, there are positive side of it in which we have to practice even if the modernity come in. Yeah.
So you have like 2 genres in poetry.
Yeah.
And 2 novels.
Yeah, 2 novels.
2 novels.
Two
and
novels.
all of them, they are unpublished.
They are unpublished.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what did you thought of it? Why did you give it a go? Yes. What do you think is the effect of this thing that you are doing, being a writer, being a poet? Why do you think it's important to your society, to the near and far generation?
Thank you. First of all, if you see, there are thousands and thousands of books around us. And for example, in African continent, 10% are the only one who are reading books. And if you could take advantage of books, you write it, you take it outside there. It may be hacked as a movie, or you can go to any school. It may be discussed into the contest or competition which young people are in. So the right thing that's come into my mind to write the book is for the changes, transformation for my community and for my country also. Because if you could write a book, especially writing a book is something amazing. It is not everyone will wake up to write a book or to think of it.
Yeah, I know it needs brain. It needs you must compose some words together. Yeah.
So first thing, you have to write it. If you are lucky enough, it gets published. The key main thing why many writers wrote book is for changes, to give a message, in which inspire me. In camp, a lot of people.
Okay. In the novels that you have write,
Yeah.
novels that you have wrote, and the 2 poems that you have, the 2 albums. There are 2, right?
Yeah.
So what is the message in those articles?
Okay. First thing I would say is, in Dream and Laugh in Hardship, I try to give a image of how young people who are in the camp, they have a dream. They're still in love with their dream, in which it is very powerful. But they end up being self-destroyed, whereby they don't have their managers, they don't have some people who inspire them to work hard. So it came into my mind that the only thing that I could give them, let me write to them, no matter what you are doing, you are in love with your music, you are in love with your writing, you are in love with maybe you are football, you are talented, but you don't have to quit just because other people say it.
Yeah,
what
sure.
you have to do, work hard for it, give it a lot of practice, go there, show it. So the only thing in community which is lacking is lack of information, because if you get informed, you will also be transformed.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is about the first novels, right?
The first novel, Dream and Laugh with Hardship,
Okay.
whereby I try to show them, no matter which talent you are in, there's still hope, there's still love.
So okay, now what will you do? What will you do about these articles? These are the articles that are unpublished for you. What will you do? What are you going to do for these articles? About these articles?
First thing now, I'm still continue. I'm still writing them. Yeah. The moment I finish them, I will give them to anyone who's ahead of me. It may be my fellow refugee. It may be from house. Anyone who can look into my work.
Okay.
Yeah. And if that work is too worthy to be published, then now we'll take a step to be published. Right now, I'm still writing, and I will still write.
Okay.
Yeah, until my time comes to publish it.
Okay, in South Sudan, because I understand you have stayed in the camp for all those years, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever looked back to South Sudan and see any writer or any person who can influence you or can inspire you in any way?
There are lots of writers, even some of them they're staying here in Nairobi.
Okay.
Yeah. One of them is called Kakuma. He's a writer. And other guy is called Mataimon. He's also a writer. Yeah. So if I look at the article online, they inspire me a lot, because their aim why they are writing is because of the society. They want to transform South Sudan. They want to transform the world. They want to transform the villages, the communities they come from. So if you see at their work, especially it gives me motivation to work hard toward my dream of being a writer. Yeah.
About this reading community in Kakuma, yeah, because I understand you're from Kakuma and you studied in Kakuma, right?
Yeah.
So tell me about this reading community in Kakuma.
Kakuma Reading Society is a society which we formed.
Yeah.
We formed it last year, because especially afternoon hours we go to church, which is inside our home. We grab our novels, we read, and then we were 5 of us. And then idea come, why don't we take this idea into the public, into the library, into the school, into the any institution? Maybe they will think of it.
Yeah.
And then I say that is very good idea, because the moment we read to people, we tell them, let's read, let's change our society, it will also be good. So we are 5. One of us is outside. It's called Nialden. He's also an activist, a storyteller, and a writer also.
Okay.
And this guy inspires us a lot toward his work, because he was in the camp as a youth leader in UNHCR and also DCA. So if you could see the impact of reading, it gives us a power to go back to society, to transform them, to get themselves engaged in reading society. Because the moment you read, you open up a new one. You travel to many places while you are still in the camp, and that will drive you. That is what gives us hope to go outside there to form Kakuma Reading Society. Yeah.
So the aim generally
The aim of it is to transform young people,
to transform young people, yeah.
to love books, to get themselves close to book, because our brain need to be trained.
Yeah, sure.
Brain is like a body; it needs exercise. You know, the more you have stress, is the more your brain get better because you question why you have stress. The more you read, is the more your brain also get a lot of knowledge. You see, the more you listen to music, it also give you an impact. But the only best way that we could give is by reading the book, because the more you read, you get knowledge, you get inspired, you get travel to other places. You see, in the camp, people don't read novels. They only read course book, in which they will say, this is the course book where my career is in, where my dream is in. But you need to read other stuff for yourself, for your life, for your community, for you to learn. You may read a course book for the period of 4 years. At the end, you have not get any knowledge about society. And reading book, you can master a life lesson, which may take you 5 years. It may take you that minute, you read it, you get it clear. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's very wonderful. So, because I know you are very much aware of what is going on, and also what you are doing, right? So, what is the secret? This secret of being a great poet? Yes. Have you ever been in touch with any of these guys, the Nealmon and the other guy whom you say that are the biggest writers in South Sudan?
I usually get in touch with them, but I didn't show them their work.
Oh, okay.
Because I still need to write. The big secret nowadays is for you to work out.
Okay, what about
And
the
to
way
be-
of reading?
The way of reading is something unique. You can't just say I want to read like this book. You want to read that and pour that. This book is about finance, and it is also about money.
What's the title?
Title is called Read That and Pour That.
Read that and for that, yeah.
Yeah. So when you go to any bookshop, first thing you need to do, you look at the back cover, you read what is in there. When you read the back cover, it is like a summary of what is inside the book. So it gives you what you will read later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But if you just grab it, it will not be good. And reading is something special to us, human being. It trains mind. It gives you new ideas. It make you to be a good speaker. Especially you will meet a lot of characters inside the book, and there will be a dialogue between two people, like one we are doing now.
Yeah.
And that dialogue will give you a skill on how you can tackle to talk with your colleague, maintaining eye contact, the way you talk, and the way you balance, how you can give another person a space to talk also.
Yeah.
So if I see anyone around in the street or in the community grabbing a book, the only thing that comes into my mind is that my heart touches. It is a good book. But you can read it, any book, from first page to the last page. Especially this book is about finance. There are a lot of things in the content. There are chapters. So if you want to better your business, maybe it is online business, you can check any content that talk about online business, and then you will say it for today. I will read this topic. You read it,
Yeah.
you underline, and then you interpret it in your own way. Yeah, and you put your own thinking capacity on it, because it will change your life later. The choice you make today for reading, it will change you. For the beginners whom they don't read at all, the first thing you have to do is that, let's say you want to read 5 pages. You read them, you put a mark, and then you leave it. You go, you walk, and then you come back, you also read it. Every day, make sure you take 30 minutes if you are free. 30 minutes, 5 minutes, you read, because the more you read, you get ideas.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. it is not every day you have to read. No, a specific time. Nowadays,
when you're free and
when
not
you are
engaged in any way.
when you are free, and also you may use your phone to read on. But phone will give you a lot of distraction. Someone may call, you may have Zoom meeting online, someone may text you. The better way is for you to put off your phone for a while, grab your book, read, close that wall of social media, close that wall of status. Yeah, because there's something we call dopamine in social media.
Yeah.
It is chemical which lead people to get addicted to it. The more you scroll on your status or another person's status, you don't want to get out. You just want to see them. Or the more you see posts on the Facebook, you just want to see them. So for anyone who read, take a little time every day and then read, and also question, what are you reading? The book about leadership, you can read about leader. You see, you can read about who is good leader. How can I be a leader? You can read about business. How can I be a good entrepreneur? You can read about religious books if you want to be a good communicator on religious stuff. You can also read about inspiration books, biography. You can read about Nelson Mandela, Muhammad Gandhi, Jomo Kenyatta, for yourself to get transformed, for you to learn from them. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. About this club that you said, the Kakuma Reading Society, right?
Yeah.
So you said you are 5 founders.
Yeah.
So what's your aim now? What are you going to do as a club?
Thank you. Kakuma Reading Society, our aim is to get any child having a book to read.
How will you do that?
Yeah, that's a good question. It may not be in their homes, but in any school, we put on a centers, a little library, or we had the book we have from Kakuma Reading Society to their library in the school. We get those books there, and then any child will get access to the book. And the second thing which touches us a lot is that lack of communication and expression to the young people. Young people, they don't know how to express themselves. Like if I can remember, I written an article about speaking in Cheng. So the main key of us coming up with Kakuma Reading Society is to get that child who can communicate in front of people to communicate. We put a group discussion whereby they will discuss a book. It may be A Blossom of the Savannah or My Life in Crime or Things Fall Apart. So they'll get themselves discussing those books. The moment you discuss in front of your colleague is the moment your mind will open up. You'll get courage.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, to talk in front of people. And that courage and that knowledge will not only be applied in the school, it will also make you to communicate in your community, in community association, community discussion. So that is our second main aim.
Okay.
Yeah. That thing is also to promote the innovative student. You see, in the camp, there are those students who want to transform life of other people. Like the way you do, you make a broadcast online. So what if this person don't have a facilities, don't have a skill to start that idea? So we try to come up with a program in which we have a prize giving days to any innovative child.
Okay.
In the school or inside the community. Yeah, because we want to recognize them. We want to bring them forward. So those are the few aims of ours, but we have many aims.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you guys. We are very happy to have hosted you, Tenj. We will long for to see you another time.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
Thank you.